even if I'm not having a conversation with someone and I see someone very well dressed, that would automatically kind of be there at the back of my mind that, hey, that person is very well presented. So that's the first impression that you create out of yourself, even without having to speak. I'm a fan, huge Komal Pandey fan. Like, I love what she creates. It's beautiful, and till date, like, she's been one of the oldest content creators in the fashion space. And till date, each and every time she puts out a video, she surpasses her previous videos. I love Hrithik Roshan.
Hrithik Roshan.
Oh man, God has taken time out to make him as an individual. Apart from the fact that he's so good looking, but he dresses really well, like so sharp all the time. Fashion takes a lot of time, you know. You need to kind of figure out a way to story tell through your outfits.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lalith Dhanush show. And today I have with me a very special guest, my dear friend Vasundhara from Tag Mango. She's the community head, and on the side, she also is a fashion influencer, and you must follow her. I will be putting all her handles down below. And to describe her in one word, I must say she's a boss lady. Vasundhara, welcome to my show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here after a long time.
A long time, yeah.
We've been pushing it for quite a while, but yeah, thanks for such a sweet introduction. Means a lot.
Yeah, Vasundhara, I'll tell you one thing. The day I came here, right, like the first time I came to the Tag Mango cohort, I was talking to everybody, but I was so amazed as to how hard you really work. Because, like, to be honest, I come from a very laid-back city like Bangalore. There are only a few parts of people who work really hard. But when I saw you working from morning till midnight, non-stop, not just one day, every single day, I'm like, wow, I want to work hard like this. What makes you so hardworking?
So I've always been a very mediocre person in anything, in any field. I was never a topper. I always did fairly well, average student, everything was average. So at that point of time, I thought that, you know, smart work is the key. If you're smart, then you can, you know, find your way out. Not realizing that it cannot be substituted for hard work.
Correct.
It needs to go hand in hand. And especially when you're working, if you are passionate about something, you don't mind putting in the efforts and the work that goes in. And for me, I love what I do. Even if I'm working with Tag Mango, I consider it as mine. That is why that motivation to work is much comes naturally.
Nice.
And alongside doing my own content, that's something that I'm very passionate about. So that just happens. So hard work is a must. You need to work hard to, you know, make your mark, to reach a certain place. That's what my belief is.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense because at the end of the day, if you love something, it doesn't become hard work, but you just work, right? And I think not many people can actually really work hard because they're not pursuing something of their likes. Now, here at Tag Mango, you are the community head and you're doing something that's not easy. That's being a fashion influencer. How do you achieve some sort of work-life balance between the two? Man, it's just crazy for me.
Okay, work-life balance itself is a very funny thing. What do I say? It's not funny, but yeah, it's very difficult to have a balance per se. I still am figuring out. I don't know if that exists or not at the first place. It doesn't. According to me, it doesn't exist. But if at all it does, it's great. You should only prioritize things, in my opinion. I have faced this, like, if I actually only prioritize work, then, you know, you compromise on your personal aspects.
Makes sense.
And if you prioritize your personal aspects, then you have to compromise on your work. So depending on what is more important at that point of time, then you kind of put your focus more there. Because balance is not really possible. Matlab, I don't think that I have found work-life balance. Equally giving time to friends, equally giving time to family and work together. It's kind
can't
of
happen.
It's very difficult. I don't know if it can or cannot. I haven't found it.
And everybody has their own kind of balance, right? And their own way of managing it.
Sure. So I don't think work-life balance, I've heard about it so much, and I'm like, where is it? I can't find it. So yeah.
Makes sense. You've been putting out content not just now, for quite some time, and I must say the effort that you put in it, guys. By the way, I was there for a shoot that Vasundhara was, she was changing, she was shooting. I was like, my God, for a 30-second reel, you're putting so much effort. And I also decided, I took her permission and said, I'm going to record some of these things that you do so that I can put footage in the podcast, I can put footage out there and tag her. Now, tell me about your content creation as a fashion designer. Why did you pick that genre first? What is it about fashion that you like?
Okay, so I think fashion is something that's come naturally to me. Even when I was young, I was always complimented for the outfits I wore, the effort I put in to put together an outfit. And even if it's not a big thing, even if I'm at home, I would just dress up. So that's just me. I think even my mom is like that. So I've always been that way. So I thought that that's something, of my area of interest that's coming naturally to me. I don't have to put in a lot of effort. And if I put in even some effort in that direction, it would probably fruitify. So I was like, why not? I'm getting ready every day. Why not just put it out there? Why not just show it to everyone that, okay, this is what I'm wearing. Maybe you can take inspiration. And then I realized from people around me who started benefiting out of it. Like, hey, I sent your video to this person and, she was to show that you could do this with your blazer, you could wear it this way as well. So I felt very happy about it, that okay, it's actually helping people, improving their dressing sense. So yeah, that's how it started. It was very random, like just compliments that I thought that I could kind of fruitify. So I started reading about it. I started following a few people as well. I figured out how content creation works, and I think consistency is where people lag, and that's my strong point.
Wow.
When I start something, I'm making sure that I'm consistent, because people don't lose out on trust. And trust is a very big factor, right? If you stop it, if you start, then stop, and then start, so that kind of confuses the audience that, hey, what are you here for? What are you doing? Are you sure about it? So I've just been putting it regularly, and yeah.
Now, I have a very important question. This is a very generic question, okay, not related to you. I am a very lazy guy in terms of putting effort to dress up, and to be very honest, only in the last 3 months have I been actually trying to do something about myself. So for people like me at large, why do you think it's important to dress up well?
I think it's very important to dress up, because that's the first impression that someone gets out of you, right? So even if I'm not having a conversation with someone and I see someone very well dressed, that would automatically kind of be there at the back of my mind that, hey, that person is very well presented. So that's the first impression that you create out of yourself, even without having to speak. So I think that's very important, and kind of sets in one easy way for you to get in, because you're well dressed.
True. I think that's true. And I mean, you become, you have, I also feel dressing is not only about looking good, but it's also about making a statement without actually making a statement.
100%.
Right? And like you said, somebody might notice you. It could be at a party, or it could be at a networking event, or it could be just anywhere. And it also opens doors for somebody to say, hey, I love your earrings. Where did you buy them from? Right? It opens doors for conversations as well. And I've realized this after I've watched people who really dress well actually get that kind of attention. I'm like, hey, that's nice. Now, speaking of this, tell me 3 people that in your mind are on top of their fashion sense, and 3 people who you look up to.
I really like Sarah Jessica Parker.
Okay.
I like Blake Lively.
Uh-huh.
Kendall Jenner, I love her. I love what Kendall Jenner wears. Every time, the way she pulls it off is incredible. I really love Kendall Jenner. And from content creators, I actually I'm a fan, huge Komal Pandey fan. Like, I love what she creates. It's beautiful, and till date, like, she's been one of the oldest content creators in the fashion space. And till date, each and every time she puts out a video, she surpasses her previous videos. The creativity never deteriorates, it only goes up and up and up. And it's beautiful to see her videos.
I have a question here. Now, okay, as a consumer of Komal Pandey's content, what is it that really strikes? Because even you're a fashion content maker, right? So what is it that matters? Do you think like her just dressing up baffles you, or is it that the effort in editing, in visuals baffles you? Which part of her content do you like the most?
I love her dressing sense, number
Okay.
one. I just love how she can pull off anything and mold anything into everything.
Okay.
Like, she has that creativity to style, even like she styled a garbage bag. She created an outfit out of a garbage bag in some challenge. That woman has a lot of creativity. So, and she'll pull it off also very well. Even if
Oh.
she's wearing anything like a pajamas and a t-shirt, she'll rock it even if it's not a style. So that is something I love. But the amount of creativity and effort that goes, I am a fashion creator, so I know that the amount of effort that goes in to create that video, she thinks a lot before producing her content. Everything has some or the other reason and meaning, underlying meaning attached to that. So it's just lovely to see how she can recreate so many different things and put it out there. So it's a wholesome thing that I love about her. I don't consume, I'm not an avid content consumer, to be very honest, but I actually love how each and everything she puts out has so much meaning and value to it.
Makes sense, man. Guys, like, I think you should know by now that if you're a fashion influencer, you must have the ability to turn trash into cash. If you can't, if you can't do that, then you're not up there yet. But makes sense, dude. Like, makes sense as to what are some of the things that you get influenced by. I think as a fashion blogger, vlogger, content creator, you also develop your own taste, right? Your own flavor, your own brand. What kind are you? Are you like the kind who likes everything bright and pop, or are you like more you love to play minimalistic? What is your kind?
I think it's kind of difficult to discover your style
Okay.
and aesthetic, but I would consider myself as versatile. Like,
Wow.
honestly, I think I can pull off anything.
Hey, I
I'm
like
not
that.
kidding.
I like that.
Because I think confidence is the key, right? And
True.
if I'm wearing something, I know that I can pull it off, and it depends on my mood. If I'm going for something very minimal and it really kind of revolves around how I'm feeling, is how I dress myself. If I feel very, choppy, bubbly, and that's just me, my personality in general. So I feel like, okay, let me just, wear a lot of colors all together. If I'm more like in a formal mood, I would put up anything, but distinguish one thing that makes the statement, that makes my outfit out there different from others. That is what I would kind of focus on. Yeah.
Makes sense. Like you're saying at the end of there's a winner in your dressing. There's one element that becomes the winner. It could be the blazer, the earrings, or the shoes that you're wearing. You try theming it around that.
100%. I think versatile is something that I would term my style aesthetic as. If I had to just choose one, I would always go for bright poppy colors because it always stands out immediately.
And it's the hardest to pull it off because I think anybody can pull off a minimalistic style, right? Like, I mean, you don't have to do something, but to pull off something pop is actually hard. Like, I've realized that you got to run with it, dude. You can't just like do it. Now, here's something that I want to ask you. If there was one kind of outfit, now let's say you're going to the Cannes festival, or I'm sure you've had these moments in your head, no? Like every time they dress up, they come in a huge vanity van to get out, and they have a huge gown and all of that. You'd be imagining yourself in some dream costume. What is Vasundhara's dream costume? What would it be like? Like, let's visualize it.
Very interesting. I haven't thought of it yet. It will not be something which is already like inspired from something. I think I've seen a lot of very, very fancy outfits in Met Gala
Mhm.
and a lot of fashion week, fashion festivals, but mine will be original.
Hey, hey. I mean, I really want to see you rock that Met Gala stage, man. I'm like, hey, I've been seeing Vasundhara do this for 10 years now. So it'll be nice. Maybe I'll make a second piece of content around that now. Dude, okay. Now, let's actually add some value and give people your expertise in terms of shopping, right? And Mumbai, I know for a fact, is that you could go buy something for 500 bucks and you can buy something for 50 grand also. What is Vasundhara's three spots to shop for clothes? Like, let's reveal some trade secrets.
Trade secrets. Okay. If it's Bombay specific, I love street shopping. I love exploring, affordable options, because fast fashion is always at your,
Correct.
doorstep. Like, it's just a click away. So I do shop online, but when it comes to offline shopping, I would love to explore different markets, take a day out and go out. I've been to Bandra, Linking Road, Bandra. Not a big fan. Didn't find a lot of interesting stuff. Found a handful of them. I really like Lokhandwala in Andheri West. That has some really cool outfits, very good quad sets, blazers, everything, a little out of the box. I could find it there, not again on the street, but there were a few small shops there inside. So that was one place. There is this one store, TG Maxx, that's here in Juhu itself.
Okay.
It's what do you say, export surplus store. So that has really good affordable
Nice.
outfits, again branded but affordable outfits. So quality is also pretty good. Those are the two places here in Bombay. I haven't explored Kolaba side at all. It's too far.
I mean, makes sense. At the end of the day, I think when you're going to a specific place, like you said, Andheri, was it? You said?
Andheri West.
Yeah. When you go there, you have to explore. Like, it's not like you go for an hour and you try getting the best outfit. Maybe a couple of hours exploring shops, seeing what fits you, and then pick. I think Bombay is like that. You have too many options, right? So you have to pick something that is good for you. Now,
I think street shopping wise, I think Delhi is better because I've explored Delhi more.
is it?
Yeah, I used to stay for a month or so for my internships, law internships in Delhi. So I used to always keep like 1 or 2 day free for only going to Sarojini Nagar and exploring. I'm a hoarder. I have a lot of clothes because I've been wearing even like 10-year-old clothes. I would be still wearing it.
Oh.
There is not much that's changed physique wise, so I still fit into some of them. So I think Sarojini Nagar and GK Market, all of those are really good places for thrift shopping. Such affordable, jeans and tops. Like you get really, I still wear like a 350 buck jeans that lasted for like good 2-3 years,
Yes.
which is amazing.
Amazing, yeah. I mean, budget friendly as well.
Yes.
Now, what about the online thing? What are some of the websites you shop from, and how do you select what is right for you?
Okay, so I don't really think what will go with what. It's very random. If I feel like, okay, I don't shop a lot again. Lately, I've been shopping a little more. But I kind of just look at whatever I'm liking, whatever is standing out. Very few times I go along with trends. Like I really like corsets. That has just recently come up. So I loved, I knew that I would want to buy that. But Zara, H&M, Myntra, if I have a lot of time in hand, then probably Urbanic and Street Style store, because it takes longer for them to deliver, good 20 days. So if I have time, then I order from there. But I think quality wise, Zara, H&M, both are pretty good for shopping.
True. I mean, if you'd mentioned a few more brands, I would have literally emailed that podcast and say sponsor it now. But I'm sure, I'm not a big online shopper. I'm first of all not a shopper, but online I haven't tried apart from shoes. But today I see a lot of people just accessing the internet to shop better clothes than you would get even offline, right? Because you have the internet at your doorstep. Now, speaking of which, I want to ask you, let's say you're my consultant, you're my image consultant, fashion consultant. at least for a guy, what do you think? No, I mean, I'm just trying to test your knowledge here. Okay, let's say if a guy walked from that room door, like, how would you be judging him? What is the first accessory or what is the first piece of clothing that you would recognize and say, okay, this guy has good dressing sense? What would you do for anybody who walks through?
I think a unique style that would, someone could be wearing something very simple as a white shirt and a black trouser, but looked very groomed and polished. So, attention to detail is something that is very important. Every small little detail would probably highlight and make you look more neater. So, even if it's a very, very basic thing that you're wearing, but you've put in attention to detail, that is where you stand out. Even if you're wearing something extraordinary, out there, but you have the confidence to rock it, you have the personality, and you're pulling it off, why not? That stands out.
Men in blazers or men in traditional wear?
Oh, I think both have a very, very different angle to it. So,
What would you
subjective.
pick? What would you pick?
Subjective. It's subjective. No,
True.
I could like someone in Indian attire totally, but formal has its own charm.
Charm, true.
So
True.
it's difficult to pick one.
Okay, amongst the men, who do you think has very good fashion dressing sense? At least, let's pick from some of the celebrities that you've met or even content creators.
That's a very difficult question. Celebrity is very easy. I love Hrithik Roshan.
Hrithik Roshan.
Oh man, God has taken time out to make him as an individual. Apart from the fact that he's so good looking, but he dresses really well, like so sharp all the time. I love Hrithik Roshan. Ranbir Kapoor, very, very.
When you said run, I thought I was going to say Ranveer.
Ranveer Singh, I love that man.
Yeah?
Like, wow. The energy, the power, and the way he is just wearing anything, which is, of course, super expensive, but he nails it. The confidence kills it. I think
For sure.
confidence is the key, right? And he comes with that energy and confidence and that vibe, and he owns the room.
I think he can move from boss man to diva in an instant like that, because also he's an actor, but I feel the way he can rock anything, I think he can rock stilettos better than half the women that I know. I'm sure, like, dude, that guy is fucking insane. Like, I'm sure he can do that. Anybody else apart from that?
Content creator, I really like Siddharth Batra. He tries very, very different outfits and he looks very well in that. Like, he carries it off really nicely. He styles a woman's outfit in so many ways, which is very creative as well. So yeah, I really like Siddharth Batra as a content creator.
Vasundhara, one of the things that I've noticed is I hate going shopping with my mother. Because if I go, my duty is to just be one carry guy, right? And my shopping will take 25 minutes. My mom's shopping will literally take 25 hours. But I've realized that happens because you're tied between one or two options all the time. And it's not just my mum, it's my friends, it's my dad, it's everybody who takes shitloads of time to shop. Now, I'm sure you've done it so many times that you would have found a hack. What is that one hack that anybody could use while you're shopping, maybe in a limited time and limited budget?
There are only two things. So you should know what you want to shop. If you want to save time, just figure out what you want to shop and go with that mindset. Then you can explore a little, but you go to those sections first, which you require. Whatever you want to shop, whatever it fulfills. Second alternative would be, like, you can probably purchase it. For example, Zara has this. So you can, purchase all of those, select whatever you want from the app and then go and collect it from the store. There's a store pickup option. So you can go to the store to pick it up and anyway change, right? So you can go try out those outfits only, and anyway you have that option to kind of get your cash back or your money back, even if you don't want something. So that would be a very, very, saving time option.
Makes sense.
Because clearly you've scrolled through different outfits, you can see, and there if you find something else, that is something you can definitely try. So I think this one thing has helped a lot of people to kind of just go in the store and kind of purchase. So I think that's good enough way to save time.
Like, I mean, I remember Sid Warrior talking about this word called priming, right? You're priming your brain to know what you want to buy. So go with a fixed mindset or a fixed plan, and then everything streamlines. I think the problem arises when you're like, let's go shopping today with no definite goal. Now you go, you start liking everything. Then you realize you have only 10K ka budget. Now you have to try all those 40 clothes to just get 4 out of it. It does make sense, and it's a lot of mental preparation that goes on to it.
Yeah, for sure. I think 100%. It's better to decide, be very decisive if you're going for shopping and don't want to waste time, which is very difficult for me personally. But second option, I think, is very accommodating because it's right here. If you're just going to sleep, scroll for 20, 30 minutes, decide whatever you want to buy and schedule a pickup, much
Makes
easier.
sense. Makes sense. Man, Vasundhara, we're coming to the fag end of the podcast, and I just want to ask you one question before we come to the end of it. What do you think is the pro and con of being a fashion influencer? Because everything in life has an advantage and disadvantage. What have you understood? Because there might be a lot of people who like fashion, who might want to pursue that path. What do you think is the pro and con?
Pros, I think there are multiple pros because if you are in the space of content creation, that's not specific to fashion also. But I think everyone should put their work out there. Whatever they are doing, it kind of makes you stand out from others. The world is extremely competitive right now, so you might as well build credibility and your own personal brand out there. It just gets easier for you to kind of escalate on top quicker. So I think pros are multiple for content creators. Cons, I think fashion takes a lot of time. You need to kind of figure out a way to story tell through your outfits.
Correct.
So that takes a lot of your time and the production bit as well, changing. Because if you're in any other specific genre where you just have to talk or make videos, it's simpler for you to batch content and then focus on other things. But with fashion, the shoots are exhausting, it's tiring.
Yeah.
So that could be a con for fashion content creators. Second thing, I think negativity and the hate that people give in, like, they body shame, they make comments which are very, very personal and can get to you. So that is really something that, you should be very aware of, that you should not let that affect you. It does on certain level, but that's immense, and especially girls. Like, people make very, very random comments which is very demeaning and can break someone's confidence altogether to even create further content.
Correct. And you can get disgusted. You'll be like, dude, I don't even want to fucking do this. Like, I'll just go figure something out. But I also feel if you're getting into this, know that this is coming your way, right? Like, you should be prepared for the con as well. Like, my agenda is keep it in your head. When it comes, then you'll be in a better situation to react to it much better and continue going, and it doesn't hamper your own personal progress. On that note, Vasundhara, man, I fucking love how you've been doing your content. I'm a big fan of not just your content, but who you are as an individual. I have tremendous amount of respect because for me, for me, the word boss never flips out of my mind when I think of you. All the very best. Wishing you all the love, support, energy in the world to put out much better content, to build a bigger community at large, and take this place to the moon.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Very, very kind words. Grateful to be here and doing this. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. And let's do another episode very soon.
Done. Woo.